But I have been having, I had a brutal flight. All right. I flew out of LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, that for some reason, if you go beyond Colorado, you just can't get a fucking direct flight anywhere. I don't get it. When I was in New York City, I could fly to all these places directly. Maybe it's because I was in New York and it was only an hour and a half away. I don't fucking know. It just doesn't seem like you can fly anywhere. So anyways, I got to fly LA to Phoenix, Phoenix to Columbus. All right? On U.S. Air. So I get on the plane, and there's 2 empty seats next to me, and it's getting close to the point where they're going to close the door to the plane, and I'm excited, like, holy shit, I'm going to have this whole fucking row to myself. This will be nice. I can stretch out a little bit, take my carry-on, stick it under the other chair. This is going to be great. Right before they close the door, lo and behold, this fat tub of shit gets on the fucking plane. All right? And I'm thinking, oh, God, not me. Please, for the love of God, don't pick my row. You know when you do that shit, you're just fucking willing the guy to sit down as he waddles his fat ass down the fucking aisle. It's him and his fucking lady, right? So he fucking comes all the way up, comes to my row, and he's just standing there. And I'm hoping he's just standing there because he's putting his stuff in the overhead compartment. I can literally feel the fucking heat radiating off of his body from the 22 years of mistakes that he's put in his goddamn stomach. All right? And what does he do? Yeah, I'm in that row. I'm in your row, so I got to get up. And what does he do? He lets his fucking girl sit by the window, and then he sits in the middle seat. And this fat fucking tub of fucking shit. This dude was so fat, I was sitting behind his back fat. You know what I mean? He was like fat and round. It was like sitting next to a planet with a head. You know, it was like the roundness of this guy. Okay, so he's trying to be less fat. God bless him. So he crosses his arms when all it does is just cause his fat lat to fucking bulge out even more into my airspace that I fucking paid for. And it's not real. All I'm thinking is, why the fuck didn't he take the window seat and then post up against his girlfriend? My shoulder was getting hot from his arm. He was on me. This fucking guy was on me. If I was claustrophobic, they would have had to turn the plane around. This is how much this guy was in my chair. And I'm thinking, why didn't you just take the fucking window seat, you fat fuck? Have a little bit of fucking consideration, you tub of shit. You know, with your basketball shorts, like you actually never played a goddamn day in your life. His fucking legs spread out like he was going to give birth to a baby calf. You know? Why don't you sit near the window? You know what I realized after a while? He didn't sit near the window because he's so fucking fat, he can't. He can't. If he sat by the window, his other fat lat would have blown out the window. We all would have got sucked out. Unless his tub of shit body fucking somehow got stuck in the fuselage, which if you saw him, wouldn't be beyond you a possibility. Unfucking believable. And he's sitting there. This is what kills me. He's sitting there, and he's biting his nails. And I just want to be like, dude, do you ever stop eating? Is there a moment? And you're literally consuming yourself right now. I know what you guys are thinking. Well, hey, Bill, why don't you fly first class? Oh, yeah? Well, hey, why don't you go fuck yourself, hypothetical person who said that? Okay, I understand I bought a coach seat. I know what that means. That means my fucking knees are going to be in my chest. That means if I'm even slightly leaned forward and the guy in front of me reclines, he's going to hit me in the head. I understand that. Okay? I get it. But that doesn't mean that this tub of shit, I shouldn't have to pay an extra couple of fucking grand, or whatever, $1,500, so somebody else's lard isn't in my lap. I am full on 100% behind you having to buy 2 seats when you're on an airplane. Okay? I'm sorry you're fat. Okay? But you made your choices. This is one of the things. This is a good thing. You got to buy 2 seats. You got less money for cookies. Maybe that'll be a goal. Maybe that'll be your bottoming out. But it's absolutely ridiculous that I'm literally leaning out into the fucking aisle. My giant microwave oven head is out there, and then I got to deal with the stewardess going, excuse me, sir, can you not sir in this, sir, please, sir? Right? I got to watch if I can't start yelling here. I'm in a hotel room again. I already got one strike against me. They probably built a fucking file on me. Yeah, I'm leaning out there. This is the best part. The food cart comes. Okay? They asked me they asked the dude what he wants to drink. He goes, can I have a Coke? Can I have a Coke? I just want to be like, dude, how about a water? How about a salad? Are you trying to make yourself even fatter during the flight? Do you know what that soda's going to do to your already distended fucking belly? You already can't even put the fucking tray down. This dude couldn't put the tray down. He tried. He tried to put the tray down. Oh, my God, this fucking guy. I swear to God. The thoughts I was thinking, it was embarrassing. I was sitting there thinking, like, I'm so glad this dude's going to die young. Can you believe that? I'm not happy in real life that that's going to happen. But that's how fucking uncomfortable I was, and that's how fucking mad I was at this guy. Absolutely. You got to buy 2 seats, people. You got to do it. I love when they try to leave the fucking arm up, too. I don't play that. I fucking shave that ham right down. I bring the fucking thing right the fuck down. Fucking sit here making me uncomfortable, and you want to relax? If I could, I'd put my foot on your chest and make your belt even tighter. That's what I do to you. Cut off your circulation to your legs. Maybe you'd get up and take a walk. There's no excuse for it. And I know this is probably coming off insensitive, but you know something? I've been a redhead my whole life. Nobody gives a shit. We're not considered handicapped. We're not considered handicapped. This always happens when I scream all weekend. We're not considered handicapped. We don't get our own parking spaces. These tubs of shit, they're getting their own parking spaces now. Making a shorter walk to the store, making them even fatter. The only positive thing I can say about this guy was he only went to Phoenix and he didn't smell. I got to give him that. He didn't smell. I don't know if he fucking jumped in a goddamn pond, killed 200 fish before he got onto the flight. I don't know what he did, but he didn't smell. But I swear to God, you know what kills me is I ranted about this on the radio here in Columbus, and somebody called up the radio station and said, I'm 5'8", 300 pounds, and I love to fly. I'm never listening to this radio station again. Can you believe that? This dude actually felt like he was the victim. That'd be like if some wife who got the shit kicked out of her ranted about her piece of shit husband for slapping the shit out of her, and then some guy calls up, hey, I got issues with women, and I slapped the shit out of my wife, and I'm never listening to this radio station again. Give me a fucking break. You know what you need to do. Eat a salad. Go for a walk. You don't have to put money down for the gym. Just go for a walk. It's actually easier to do cardio when you're not at the gym. Because when you're at the gym, at any point, you can just get off and walk 100 yards to your car. Your car is always 100 yards away. When you walk out your front door and you walk a mile away, what are you going to just quit and lay down on the ground? You got to walk back. There's 2 miles. Easiest 2 miles you'll ever fucking do. Or be a tub of shit. Be fat. That's your right. Okay? But buy 2 seats. That's all I'm going to say. All right? Do I wear short shorts showing off my milk white legs, offending everybody's eyeballs? No, I don't. I'm considerate. I wear the Jordan ones. They come down right over my little white knees. You're listening to the Monday Morning Podcast, and yes, it is insensitive. Doesn't mean it's wrong. I'm right. I'm right on this one. Hey, fatties who listen to this podcast, God bless you. Have yourself a Sunday on a Monday. Right? I understand it. You're emotional leaders. Something fucking bad happened to you. So food is your friend. And then you go in there. I get it. I get it. I want you to lose weight. I want you to feel good about yourself. But until you're at that weight where you're not, spilling into my seat. You got to buy 2 seats. I shouldn't have to suffer because you ate all the cookies in the house. That's not my fucking fault. Oh, Jesus, Bill, we got it. I actually tweeted this week that fat people are the new secondhand smoke. Hey, you want to be fat? Go outside. All right, let's get on to fat guy feng shui. All right, Bill, I wanted to let you know, fat people hate fat people too. I wanted to send you some thoughts, not too many, from a considerate citizen of fat America. Yeah, I've noticed this since I went off on the fat guy on the airplane. I've had fat people and just tall people in general go, I try to be real considerate of how big I am. I try to make sure I get an aisle seat. I lean out in the aisle. You shouldn't have to deal with that. And then actually, you know what's great about this? Now I can't really make fun of fatties anymore, knowing that so many of them are they seem like decent people. What kind of a backhanded compliment was that? You know, I thought they were all pieces of shit, but it turns out most of them are all right. All right, here we go. He says, I'm a big fat guy. I'm usually the fattest guy in the room no matter where I go. Do you get intimidated when you're not the fattest guy? You know, sort of like the toughest guy in town all of a sudden goes to another town, realizes that somebody can kick his ass, and his whole world crumbles. Anyways, he says, my whole family's fat, and I've been fat since I've been born. Not to make any excuses, I'm just naturally predisposed to it. And I eat like a typical middle American, not vegetarian, but not 24/7 beer and brats either. Anyway, I'm fat, and I just wanted to let you know that not all of us fatties are inconsiderate assholes. The stereotype of the jolly fat man has been replaced by the selfish asshole who's fat. When I fly, which isn't frequently, I buy 2 seats. Nice! If my sister is with me, we buy a row of 3. And always bring along our own seatbelt extenders. Yes, they sell them. Okay, this is hilarious and fucking sad all at the same time. The plane only carries 2 to 3 extenders, and you never want to be the guy who holds up the plane because you can't buckle, or worse, get kicked off. Ah, Jesus, that's got to be embarrassing. Oh my God! Oh, this guy's killing me right here. This is a brilliant email. He's gonna make me never make fun of fatties again. He's bringing me into their world. He goes, those things cost $80, but it's worth $80 to avoid public embarrassment, right? Absolutely. If they told me to tone down the color of my hair, I would buy a fucking swimming cap rather than have them stop the flight. Just so you know, fat people like me don't get to buy clothes in the same stores as normal people. Yes, I did know that. The selection/styles suck, and they cost more. We pay more for bigger cars, extra plane tickets, and bigger clothes, among other things. I haven't done the math, but I figure we burn through furniture faster, too. It's the price we pay for the life we lead, even if it's not a conscious choice. Believe me, no one wants to be fat. But that's the cost of doing business. This guy's fucking hilarious. Just like how there are added costs to being a woman, bras, makeup, pills, etc., or being gay. He writes question mark, chaps, lube, I don't know, or a parent, or a paraplegic, or whatever. Not that it's a disability. It's just our lot in life. But you know what? I've accepted it. I live my life accordingly. I'm not an asshole who imposes on others. I stay to the back of any pack, make sure no one will ever have to walk or sit behind me when I can help it. It's the fat guy feng shui. How do you dislike this guy? When I enter a room or a situation, I always ask, where do I fit in? Literally and figuratively. Whenever I have to eat lunch with my work group, about 20 people, and we're seated at a long table, I never sit between the table and the wall, and I usually sit at the end. Know why? I want to make as few people uncomfortable as possible. I don't want anyone to have to squeeze behind me to get out, and sitting between 2 people just pisses them both off, or so I assume. Jesus Christ, this guy's like a fat Gandhi. when I have to carpool with a group, it helps to drive or have shotgun because then I'm not squeezing the other people in the back seat. The thing that makes me hate fat people, capital letters, hate fat people, is that they don't seem to realize that they're fat. They are impulsive and selfish and don't seem to consider that when a normal guy eats a giant turkey leg at Disneyland, it's a lame and kind of funny. Oh, it's lame and kind of funny. But when a fat guy does it, it's disgusting. Or maybe they just got fat and haven't figured it out. Hey, fatty, don't sit there because now everyone has to squeeze past you. I like this guy. He's trashing fat people now. Or, hey, don't act like you're entitled to that, to put your arm around your airplane seatmate because it makes you more comfortable for you. Makes it more comfortable for you, you asshole. He just keeps going here. Or, hey, if you got to eat in public, don't smear barbecue sauce all over your face at the church picnic or eat more than 2 donuts in a sitting, parentheses, airport. And you know what? When I swim in public, rarely, I keep my shirt on until the second before I get in the pool. I don't ride the elevator from my hotel room and walk down the hall to the Hampton Inn pool shirtless because I'm a fat fuck and no one wants to see that. I used to swim with my shirt on, but somehow that's even worse. Anyways, for what it's worth, have a good week. Thanks for the hilarity. You know what? That guy's all right. You know what? I bet there's more fat people like that than there's not. So maybe I ought to lay off the fatties for half a second. I'm just doing this just to fucking, this is what this podcast is. It's like a smoker. And every once in a while, you gotta, I don't even know what you gotta do. You gotta throw a little wet wood in there. That's what that was. I think I'm gonna leave the fatties alone. I think they're actually really considerate people. I think I was wrong about it the entire time. See that? Now I'm gonna wait for the backlash. This is the problem I have with people who are defending the oil companies here, is basically when you go back to the 70s, okay, and you prove to me that cars they weigh more now, okay? So you're right on that one. But your logic, though, is still based in that the oil companies were telling the truth in 1976, that 35 miles per gallon was the best that we could do. So you use that as a jump-off point to then prove your point now that that's why cars get the gas mileage that they get today. Is basically, I have to make the leap with you that oil companies are telling the truth. That this $350 billion industry, okay, that is on numerous occasions openly got in the way of any sort of progress. I remember here out in California, I think it was the late 90s, it might have been 20 years ago. I can't remember if it was before I moved out here the first time or right after I left. The air quality out here was so fucking horrific. It's like, I know a lot of people still think it's real smoggy out here. It definitely gets smoggy, but usually just in the summertime. And it's definitely hazy out here, but haze is not fucking smog. Smog is brown. You go hiking and you feel a burning in your fucking chest. Back in the day, in the late 90s, okay? You could see this shit. So anyway, so they put this, they put it to the vote for people, to the people who actually would vote on this shit. And they passed this bill that said by the year 2000 whatever, 25% or 30% of cars had to run on something other than, the gas, oil, basically the gas combustion engine. They basically paved the way for the big three to then basically start making electric cars. The fucking thing passed. And oil companies got together with their lobbyists, and they went and they just totally dismantled the whole thing, and the whole thing fucking went away. Okay? Which, for all you people out there who are going to explain capitalism to me, I get it. That is their prerogative to do that. Why wouldn't they get in the way of that? So let me ask you this. You're telling me that they would get in the way of that, but they wouldn't get in the way of any sort of progress? Just with the gas combustion engine, they wouldn't get in the way of any of that type of progress. They seem to not get in the way of anything else. Safety, they don't give a shit about. They won't get in the way of that type of stuff. Burning it cleaner, they don't give a fuck about. But miles per gallon, which is their bottom line. Like, do you guys honestly think, like today, like, what your car gets, like that's honestly the best that science can do. That is, we are right up against the fucking wall. Is that what you're telling me? You know, considering if they just even increased it by 5-10 miles a gallon per every new car, that they would immediately lose hundreds of millions of dollars. Why would they do it? Why would they allow that to happen? Why wouldn't they get in the way of that? That's all I'm asking here. And you know something? For all you fucking assholes out there who call me this whack job conspiracy theorist, these are my conspiracies. Bankers are fucking evil. Oil companies lie to you. And insurance companies are pieces of shit. That's basically my three. And they have enough money to basically buy elections. That's basically it, okay? Those really aren't groundbreaking conspiracies, are they? I'm not saying there's some guy living in the fucking moon. I'm not saying I saw a fucking flying saucer come out of the goddamn ocean and fucking take a piss on somebody sunbathing and then, you know, I saw Ronald Reagan waving out the side of it and then it took off. I'm not saying that shit. I don't buy it, okay? And I actually got emails from people. They sent me these links. They sent me this link of this fucking kid, 14-year-old kid with one of his classmates, built this futuristic-looking Jetsons car, and they got close to 2,000 miles per gallon. I'll send you the link to this. You can go on the MM Podcast and look at this thing. The MMPodcast.com. Look at the picture of this thing. Okay? And once you're done saying, well, it's not a practical car, it's not as heavy as the other ones, it would never meet the safety standards, and yada, 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 all that fucking shit. Do you honestly think that airbags, navigation systems, crumple zones, and all that, you're honestly going to tell me that basically knocks off 1,900 miles per gallon? Are you really going to fucking sit there and tell me that you honestly think that they're not? Why wouldn't they get in the way of it? They have the money to get in the way of it. And not only that, they're not even part of this country in a way. They're borderless. They're worldwide. I don't know. So I disagree. I respectfully apologize for not fucking looking up the weight of the car. I was 100% wrong in that, but I still do not think that I'm wrong or I'm fucking paranoid about here. Oh, by the way, I want to thank the 43,000 people who sent me that story about how the world's largest sperm bank has been turning away the jizz of redheads. Okay? World's biggest sperm bank tells redheads, we don't need your semen. You know how fucking degrading that is? You're showing up to jerk off into a Dixie cup and they turn you away like, nah, that's all right. That's like telling a stripper to put her clothes back on. It's fucking horrific. You know, but for some reason, like, people think that affects my life. It doesn't. All right? They turn away a lot of fucking people. Okay? If you got different shit in your family, they turn you away. And not to mention, I got to tell you, as a guy, that story has no effect on you, okay, as far as your jizz. I guess, yeah, I can't sell my jizz to a sperm bank. I mean, what sort of financial fucking crisis am I going to be in where I'm going down to a Dwayne Reed stealing lube and then limping into a sperm bank to fucking shoot something into a goddamn graduated cylinder? You know? Really? I can't fucking do that? You think I give a fuck? Let me tell you something. This is what I've learned. This is what I learned in life, okay? If you're making money, the ladies want your fucking jizz. I don't give a fuck what you look like. You could be a one-eyed, bald midget troll. They want it in them. All right? Trust me. So any redhead who took that in a bad fucking way, just go out and make something of yourself. I'm telling you. You'll get a fucking 10, and you'll dump a fucking nice, unwanted spooge right in her. That was disgusting, yet pro-redhead. How do you like that, everybody? Pro-fucking redhead. I just love how many people sent me that story. Like, I swear to God, I said 40,000, but it had to at least be 100. And that's one of the things that I love about the internet and I hate it at the same time, because the internet, I swear to God, allows adults to act the same way you acted when you were in, like, kindergarten or first grade on the playground, where you were just completely uninhibited and you were mean. Remember that shit? You just walk up to somebody and be like, I don't like your face, right? You could just be that. And then when you get older, you still think that. You're sitting there in the boardroom going, look at this guy with his fucking face, his stupid fucking tie, right? You think childish shit, but because you're older and mature, you don't say it. You know? Because, you know, you got debt and you don't want to get fired. Oh, he's doing a great job. And they told the boss he didn't like his face. That'd be hilarious. Why did you get fired from your last job? You know, and you have to tell him some childish shit like that. Well, the great thing is about the internet is it allows you to tap back into that part of you. You know? And actually, and then debunk the fucking myth that when you become an adult, you still don't think those thoughts that you did when you were in first grade, because you're older and mature. You still think them. You just programmed not to fucking say them. So, I don't know. At first, I was like, what the fuck? And then by the time the 11th person sent it to me, and then actually this story broke like 2 weeks ago. And like 2 weeks in, as people are still sending me this story, that's what made me find the internet fucking hilarious. The fact that somebody's going to listen to this podcast and then send it to me on Twitter after it, that's like that. That's literally that. I don't like your face, na shit. That's just, it's fucking childish and 99.9. It's just fucking hilarious. Can anybody explain? I think that's why, or maybe it's because guys are childish. Why I think guys are so funny is because we have the fucking maturity level. I don't give a fuck what we're doing in our lives, how much responsibility we have, how much money we're making, how good a husband or a father or anything like that we are. We're still immature as hell. Unless you're just a fucking boring douche anyways. The fuck do I know, huh? What do I know? The world doesn't want my sperm. Why would you listen to me? Oh, this just in. The world says, fuck you, Bill. Fuck you and your red nuts. We don't want them. Oh, my God. How much of an egomaniac am I that doesn't even bug me, that I actually find it funny? The world just said no to me, and I still feel good about myself. What kind of a man has an ego to that level? I'll tell you, the kind of man who has the balls to do a podcast by himself, who actually thinks he's fucking interesting for an hour. Oh, gee, yeah. You know what? I think I was a little too mean on the fatties. I did what everybody does. I judge fatties the way the world judged my sperm. You know, see, people, this is why my podcast is so mean. This is why I don't give a shit about other people's feelings. This is why I say, cry me a fucking river. I don't give a the world just said no to my jizz. The fucking world. There's people out there, okay? They're shitting on the side of the road after they fucking, skip out of a bamboo hut. Okay? I come up with my jizz. I'm all set. I'm going to wait for something better. There's people in fucking Colombia, Venezuela. Who are those people that, what's-his-face, helped out? Escobar. They were living at the dump. They were living in a junkyard. He went out and built them a small city. Those people also said no to my jizz. This just in, the world says no. So I just don't have any fucking, I just don't have any sympathy. Yet I do. I understand people don't want to be fat fucks. The same way you understand that you'd like the world to welcome your jizz, as opposed to saying no to it. Hey, Bill, I am a listener who is not only from Hong Kong. Nice! Look at me going international. Sir, you are the first one to call in. Are you SG Man on YouTube? Are you that guy? Have anybody seen that guy? Underrated. SG Man on YouTube. Look up that kid's page. I shouldn't have said he was from China. I don't know if he's Japanese or whatever, but he's from Asia. And this fucking kid absolutely kills it. His AC/DC covers are the shit. And sometimes he improvises solos, and that totally fit the song, but it's not what Angus played. Like, he's a real fucking musician. So anyways, let's plow ahead here. I'm a listener who's not only from Hong Kong, China, but also an Indian from Hong Kong, China. Okay, I am not an expatriate. I have never lived in the States or an English-speaking country. I am from here, yet I listen to your stuff. Small world, huh? I don't know if I'm buying this. You speak English so well that you can go small world, huh? H-U-H. What sort of level Rosetta Stone do you have over there, sir? Although his name, Rohit, I usually don't out people's names, but I think you're okay on the other side of the world. R-O-H-I, Rohit. Assuming perfect surgery has been done, would you rather get a hand job from a woman who has had her hands surgically replaced with a man's hands? Oh, my God. Or would you rather get a hand job from a man with hands of a woman? Which is less gay? This is not a dilemma I face, just a question I randomly thought of and asked a coworker. Peace from the Far East. Dude, are you fucking kidding? I'm not buying that you're from over there. That you can be this fluent and this funny in a second language. You know what? If you are, dude, that's amazing to me. Because I'm about ready to give Spanish another fucking try. You know? Un perro es gris y blanco. 891. El niño bebe leche. Amarillo. Right? And I'm going to speak it when I speak Spanish. I'm speaking just like that. Like I hear on those Spanish-speaking stations, because that's what the Rosetta Stone told me to do. Just immerse yourself in the language. So I started walking around listening to the Spanish-speaking stations. You actually got to watch the news so you can see a picture and figure out what the fuck they're talking about. But all I would recognize is when they would just say the fucking phone number. 1-3-2-3-8-0-0-1-754. All right. Sorry. So what would I rather have? I would rather have a woman with man hands. Oh, but this is the thing, though. They're not man hands. They are literally hands from a man. So they're fucking hairy. Oh, boy. Jesus, dude. This is a fucking phenomenal question. All right, there's no fucking way I could get jerked off with some guy with like 5 o'clock shadow just sitting there. It would have to be the most effeminate guy ever, dressed in drag. That's what I would do. I would go with that because I think hairy, Bigfoot hands on my dick would freak me out, and I don't think there's any way to get around that. If they were like you live in the High Life. Remember that Miller High Life commercial where that greasy hand grabs for that last deviled egg? If that was wrapped around my dick, there's just no way it would happen. So what I would actually go, if you had a really effeminate, bitchy dude and I could dress him up like a woman, one of those trannies where you really got to look, and had the female hands, I would go with that. And I would have the fucking dude reach through a glory hole. See, that's why those questions are fucking great. Because when would I have ever said what the fuck I just said right there? That's what I would do. Have I ever had that thought before in my life? No, I haven't. I'm going to give that guy, that's question of the week. Maybe that's a new section here, sir, from the Far East. I think you created a new one. I know we've touched on this in the past, but you brought it back. We're going to go with dilemmas. If you guys would like to create a new segment on this podcast, if you respond to it, just put them under the heading dilemmas and come up with some tough ones, and I will try to answer them as honestly and funny as I can. Please send all emails to bill@themmpodcast.com. bill@themmpodcast.com. Do not forget the THE, the, like the Ohio State University, who got fucked in the ass by the NCAA this year. You are guilty of doing what every other program is doing, yet only you will suffer. And 2 other programs. And the official website of the Monday Morning Podcast is www.themmpodcast.com. We got a donation button there. It's the first of the month. Your rent's due. Wait till next week. But please click on the donation button. I have the guy who runs the themmpodcast.com. If you haven't gone to it, please go to it. He's doing a fucking bang-up job, and I'm giving him money, and I want to give him more money. So the more you guys donate, the more I can pay him. It's the donation button. Also, we have the Monday Morning Podcast Select. Trying to nail down another guest. We got one. It's 99 cents if you want to get something for your money rather than just throwing it into the wind. That's also on the mmpodcast.com. We also have the ringtone, which a lot of people can't find, so I'll have my guy explain where it is or maybe put it in a more prominent area, the Oh Jesus ringtone. All right, which is it's a great ringtone, people. All right, it's a great ringtone for your girlfriend. She's always nagging you. Then you know not to, or whoever nags you in your life, you know not to pick it up because it goes, oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus. You know, you're not going to answer that, right? All right, dilemmas for the week. Go to the bathroom like a cat, number one and number two, in a dresser drawer-sized cat box and have a butler empty it every day. Or go to the bathroom like a dog outside in the bushes and have a butler follow you around to pick it up and tell you that you're a good boy. Oh, that's no fun. It's no fun. The second one. I do it outside. I'd squat right down in the fucking bushes. I'm not shitting inside my house. That's why I hate cats. Aside from the fact that they act like stuck-up cunts at a club, you know, who've never accomplished anything other than looking good in life, you know, and they only come around when they fucking need something. You know, the other reason why I don't like cats is they shit in the fucking house. Then I got to pick it up. I don't like that. They're not happy when I come home. There's no give and take. You know what it is? When you have a cat, you're basically Robert De Niro's character in Casino. That's what you are. You know, and your cat is Sharon Stone. She's just there for the amenities. You fucking cunt. Go OD in a goddamn Red Roof Inn. All right. So, yeah, I would definitely be outside. Who doesn't like being told they're a good boy? I get praise. When was the last time anybody out there got praise after they took a dump? Wouldn't that be awesome? You know? I don't know. All right, let's plow ahead. Was that unfunny, sir? Did you not like that one? Was that not up to your comedy standards? Did you feel the rest of this podcast was funnier than that? When I blew my nose before I went off on Jesus? Oh. All right, let's just plow ahead here. Number two. Would you rather marry a stripper or have your daughter become one? I'd rather marry one. You know. If my daughter becomes one, that's just complete failure as a parent. And in fact, that's what I think all those videos should be called that you see, you know, when you see on YouTube and you got those girls doing those booty dances, you know, with the goddamn shorts up their ass. Like, it's always like so-and-so booty dancing. What it should be called is so-and-so complete failure as a parent. Oh, results of a complete failure as a parent. Absolutely. I would rather, that's not fair to the kid. I would marry a stripper and, you know, I would just have fun with the stripper. I would just do whatever I could, you know, fuck her as she had one leg pointed west and one leg pointed east, you know, or north and south if she's standing up drinking coffee, you know, doing like one of those little ballet moves. I just bang her like that, and then, yeah, then I have a kid and be like, listen, this is the secret in life, sweetheart. Don't do anything that your mother did. Wouldn't she just become a stripper? Is that like a reality show that they haven't come up with yet? Daughters of strippers? Like, what's her face? I think Kurt Cobain's daughter is going to be all right because her mother is such a fuck-up that I think I probably just jinxed her. All right, number 3. Choose between attacked by a bear or a lion on land and between attacked by a shark or crocodile in the water. No fucking contest, dude. I would take a bear or a lion. That's a quick death. That's a quick one. That bear comes up with that bionic bitch slap. That's it.
You fucking breaks your neck. You ever see a lion kill something? That's it. It's over. Like, and that's going after, like, major prey, and it just crushes your fucking windpipe. You're out in 2 seconds. Did you ever, the footage of what's-his-face? The gay lion tamer out there. The one who looked like, what's-his-face from Night at the Roxbury. Jesus Christ, this fucking cold medicine. What the fuck is the guy's name there? Come on. What's the name of that guy? Chris Kattan. That one. The gay Chris Kattan. You ever see when that lion grabbed that dude and it was over? In 2 seconds, he just went limp. I take that in a second. As opposed to a fucking shark. You're sitting out there, a shark comes up. First thing it does is it bites into your leg to see if you're edible. Right? Just takes a nice chunk out. And kind of, like he's doing some sort of wine testing with your fucking thigh meat. You know what else kills me? Is the fact you can't fucking see it. You know? Your head's above the water and all the evil is just below it. And you're sitting there, you know? And I think that you got that caveman DNA that would just be going off, that there was something in the area, despite the fact that you couldn't see it. You'd be trying to lift your fucking legs up. I think the real dilemma here is between shark or crocodile, and I would have to go shark. I just feel like it's a cleaner death, you know. They got those Ginsu knife teeth. They just come in like a tiger shark. It's just fucking over, you know. Just a perfect fucking killing machine, as they said in Jaws. But like alligators and crocodiles, those fucking things. Those are like those guys who aren't talented enough to be in the NFL or the NHL, so they just go out there and they try to blow out guys' knees, you know? Alligators and crocodiles are like the Bill Romanowskis of fucking predators, you know? Just that thing where they grab onto you. You know, what I like about a shark, you could just bite your leg off. A fucking alligator, they always seem to grab it, and then they go into that roll, and they just so slowly twist it off, you know, like you're some cooked chicken, and they're trying to take the leg. All right, this is getting fucking morbid. That's what I would choose. All right, what else do we got here? Have a beautiful lady who stinks, smelly breath, smelly ass, pussy, pits, hair, the works, all stinking, or an ugly fat bitch who smells great. I'd go with the ugly fat girl who smells great. Absolutely. Because I could love her. Or the other one who just smelled like shit but was beautiful, was probably carrying herself like a beautiful lady, would annoy me after a while, and I'd probably kill her. You know? Why did you kill her? Because her fucking pussy stunk and she walked around like she was Giselle. Am I being charged with anything? Because if I am, I want a lawyer. Go fuck yourselves. Well, Mr. Burr, you really just already incriminated yourself. I don't care. You know? The prison will not smell as bad as her ass. Oh, is there anything worse than fucking cold tea? All right, here we go. Chimp first linebacker. Bill, my friends and I frequently get in an argument over whether a world's man competitor or NFL lineman could handle a chimp in a fight. I know chimps can rip faces off and are 10 times the strength of a normal man, but a normal man is a tub of shit. I bet a linebacker could rip some faces off too. What do you think? Yeah, no contest. The chimp would fuck the dude up. Dude, chimps don't fight. I almost said fairly. Chimps don't fight like people. They're not gonna, you gotta come out and touch gloves, and they're gonna fuck it. Sorry, he's got a great jab. Watch out for its right. You know, that fucking thing is just gonna jump on you. Did I ever tell you that time that monkey stole my hotel keys? I was in Costa Rica. Where the fuck was I? Down in Costa Rica, way out in the bush. You know, army ants took over my fucking little cabana and that type of shit. So they had this pet monkey there. I was a monkey. I fucking hate monkeys. I never had a problem with chimps, but now that they rip people's faces off and their nuts and their feet off, I have a problem with them. I like gorillas, and I like orangutans. Orangutans. I always thought it was tang, T-A-N-G, but it's orangutan. I like those ones. They seem like they've seen it all. They got that vibe. They could just sit down and teach you about life. But those little monkey motherfuckers, I can't stand it, right? So for some dumb reason, because I'm white, I have to walk up to it. Hey, there's a fucking wild animal. Let me put myself in danger. And I walk up to this thing, and it fucking jumps on me. You know, and it's one of those, you know, remember that video, Shock the Monkey? Remember the little monkey in that thing? It was one of those monkeys. Or in the Faces of Death when they were fucking banging that monkey's head till it died, then they ate its brains. Remember that one? Yeah, it was one of those monkeys, right? This fucking thing jumped on me. And within half a second, it turned itself upside down, was hanging by its tail from my neck, reached in my pockets, grabbed my keys, and ran back up a fucking tree. This all happened like within like 1.8 seconds. And my body reaction was like, what, wait, what? Oh, fuck. So if this thing actually wanted to fuck you up, the thing's not going to come out fucking bobbing and weaving. It's going to be running around the room, jumping up off of shit. You're going to try to figure out where it is, and it's just going to fucking land on your face. And that's going to be it. It's going to tear your face off, twist your foot off, and rip your balls off. And no linebacker stands a fucking chance. Unless, you know what? What if they had on the equipment? Even then, they'd tear your fingers off. This is the amazing thing about how human beings survived, is everything out there, as far as I can tell, is faster than us, for the most part. It is stronger than us. Faster and stronger. But for the simple fact that we were smarter, we were able to do all the horrific things that we've done with this nature, you know? With this nature, with this planet. You ever think about that shit? Football players beat the fuck out of the nerds all through grade school and high school. Then what happens? When the real deal goes down, at the end of the day, those nerds become bankers. And those football players get enslaved. And there you sit in your house like a caged animal at the fucking zoo. And where's that banker? You don't even know what the fuck he looks like. All those Facebook cunts, that goddamn Steve Jobs, one of the most overrated human beings on the fucking planet, they win in the end.